Welcome to Flourish. I'm Diane Planidin, and you're in the right place if you're ready to create an inspired life. And we do so by working on our own personal development so we can be strong role models for those we love and mentor, and strong for our own well-being. Today is the final chapter. I'm going to be discussing about Marcus Aurelius and the Stoics, about his meditations. Fantastic work, timeless literature, and I highly recommend you pick up his meditations if you're interested in your own well-being. Because here's an interesting fact. I just learned this morning. And it turns out that through these meditations of Marcus Aurelius, he's had impact on so many great leaders of our time. Two that I found out that I had no idea of until this morning was Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela. So look at the difference it made to them. They became deep thinkers. So it might make a difference in your life. And this quote is all about thinking. Given the material we're made of, what's the sanest thing that we can do or say? Whatever it may be, you can do or say it. Don't pretend that anything's stopping you. Don't pretend that anything's stopping you. No excuses, right? Put your thinking cap on. He goes on to say, you'll never stop complaining until you feel the same pleasure that the hedonist gets from self-indulgence, only from doing what's proper to human beings as far as circumstances, inherent or fortuitous, allow. Enjoyment means doing as much of what your nature requires as you can. And you can do that anywhere. A privilege not granted to a cylinder to determine its own action. So he gives a funny little example there that a cylinder is not in control of its actions, right? Or to water or fire or any of the other things governed by nature alone or by an irrational soul. That I really like. Too many things obstruct them and get in their way. What's getting in the way of your soul? What's getting in the way of your dreams? What's getting in the way of you becoming who you deserve to be? He goes on to say, but the intellect and logos are able to make their way through anything in their path by inborn capacity or sheer force of will. Keep before your eyes the ease with which they do this, the ease in which the logos is carried through all things, as fire is drawn upward, or a stone falls to earth, as a cylinder rolls down an inclined plane. They're just going with the flow. They're letting it happen. They're letting nature take its course. And he says, that's all you need. All other obstacles either affect the lifeless body or have no power to shake or harm anything unless misperception takes over or the logos surrenders voluntarily. That's all you need. Going with the flow, whether you're fire or water or a cylinder rolling down the hill. Because when you go with the flow and you get into this state, that's when you reach those peak experiences that Maslow always talked about. And it's a fantastic feeling. He goes on to say, otherwise, those they obstruct would be degraded by them immediately. In all other entities, when anything bad happens to them, it affects them for the worse. Whereas, here a person is improved by it, if I can put it like that, and we admire him for reacting as a person should. As a person should. And keep in mind that nothing can harm one of nature's citizens except what harms the city he belongs to. And nothing harms that city except what harms its law. And there is no so-called misfortune that can do that. So long as the law is safe, so is the city and the citizens. So given the material that you have at this point in your life, where you're going, what you're doing, what do you want to accomplish, What tools do you need to tune up on? What craft do you need to hone? Where's the mastery? Where's the becoming who you deserve to be? Because it's not an overnight sensation. And I know you hear about people, oh, overnight, that person, they know that it takes hard work and it takes a lot of energy. And if you want to be successful, you have to reset your mindset. You have to let go of the past. You can't control the past. You can't control the future. But you can control yourself. You can control your emotions to some degree. It's really difficult. Patience needs practice. But here's the other thing, and I just read this not too long ago. I wish I would know the source of the quote because it's really quite profound. And I wanted to share it with you because it really encompasses, I think, what these meditations are trying to get across to people, are trying to help people think so that they can succeed and move on and become, great citizens. Because your legend will live on in some way, shape, or form. And it might be in your offspring, or it might be a book that was written in the Roman Empire age that's still impacting us today. So here's the additional quote I wanted to share. Self-control is strength. Calmness is mastery. You have to get to a point where your mood doesn't shift based on the insignificant actions of someone else. Don't allow others to control the direction of your life. Don't allow your emotions to overpower your intelligence. I really like that one. Don't allow your emotions to overpower your intelligence, because we never stop learning and we're intelligent beings. So think about these meditations. I highly recommend this book. I'm really enjoying learning more about Stoicism, and there's so much more to know. I am not an expert. I just wanted to put it out there as we explore different ideas in becoming who we want to become, in living life to the fullest. And don't pretend that anything is stopping you, and you will live a more inspired life. Well, if you like the show, share it with somebody you know, and hey, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next week.